Those are visuals that are coming from inside the regional court here in Johannesburg as two former Eskom managers are appearing in court alongside other individuals that have been arrested in connection with what the state describes as 745 million rands worth of fraud, corruption, money laundering, and among them being someone who was in the group executive of Eskom at Capital in the Capital Division, as well as someone else, a senior manager also within Capital Projects, and they were responsible for the Kusile project. So let me take you back then and let's listen in on that ongoing bail application by these senior former Eskom leaders.
Accused number 4, that is Antonio Trindade, and his entities, that is accused 4 to accused number 8 Kusile entities, together with the accused who now is at large, Mr. Michael Lomas, paid gratifications in the amount of 30 million rand to the bank accounts of accused number 1. Accused number 6 also received gratification, and accused number, my apologies, Your Worship, accused number 9 also received gratifications from accused 4 and his entities, as well as from accused number 10, who is at large. These gratifications, Your Worship, were also paid to the bank account of accused number 11 and 12. Sorry, to the bank account of accused number 12, which is represented by accused number 11. The gratification, Your Worship, were for the benefit of accused number 1 and accused number 9, that were involved in the removal of Alstom from the contract, and to award the contract to accused number 4 and his entities, that is 4 to 8, his entities, Your Worship. That in a nutshell, Your Worship, the summary of the evidence, or the summary of the allegations against the accused. There's also further, Your Worship, charges of money laundering that accused number 12, represented by accused number 11. Monies were paid from the accounts of accused number 4 to the bank account of accused number 12. Those monies, Your Worship, were then diverted to the bank accounts of accused number 1. They have laundered the proceeds of unlawful activities, Your Worship. I submit, Your Worship, that those are the allegations against them.
So you believe that all have been benefited from these
contract gratification.
Okay, fair enough. I get the impression that the state is not opposing bail.
At this juncture, Your Worship, the state is not opposing bail. We suggest bail, Your Worship, in the amount of 300,000 each. We suggest bail in the amount of 300,000. There's further conditions to that, Your Worship. The first condition, Your Worship, is firstly the accused, before they are released on bail, they should hand in their passports to the investigating officer, Captain Du Plessis. Already, Your Worship, I have the passport of Mr. Trindade, that is accused number 4. His passport, 2 passports.
Okay, that's fair enough. So you would have complied with that condition
There's still outstanding passport for accused number 9, Mr. Masango. We have not yet received his passport. We know accused number, it seems as if Your Worship, that passport is out.
Yeah, I'm not interested in the passport. It must be produced.
But we want, Your Worship, that to be part of the bail conditions.
Yeah, fair enough.
Further, Your Worship, they need to inform the investigating officer, Captain Du Plessis, if they intend to leave the country. They must inform him of the reasons and make the necessary arrangements with the investigating officer, Captain Du Plessis.
by surrendering the passports implies they will not be able to leave any of
Your
it.
Worship, they might, through some other means, obtain other passports. We don't know.
Okay, I can add there to that
Yeah,
they
they
should not be
apply for. They also
precisely.
should not apply for you.
Yeah.
We do not consider at this stage, Your Worship, the accused to be flight risk. We have considered all the grounds in terms of section 60 subsection 4 of the CPA. But however, Your Worship, it is our submission that the amount of 300,000 is sufficient amount to secure the attendance of the accused in court.
Yeah. It's my experience that we always add to the bail conditions certainty about where to find an accused, where to serve documents, etc. So was also maybe the condition that the residential addresses remain as it appears on the chart sheet.
This is the court, Your Worship, who would also want that parts to be part of the bail conditions. If they need to change their addresses, they have to inform the investigating officers.
Correct. Any other condition?
Those are only conditions, Your Worship, that would need the court to put. That's our submission.
Let's deal with Mr. Mangopi Frans Slakudi then. Is there an affidavit on his behalf regarding the bail application?
I confirm the appearance on behalf of Johannesburg Frans Slakudi and here to present another
Okay, you may proceed, read it into the record. Sir, you must concentrate. I will ask you whether you can confirm the correctness thereof. You may be seated, it's fine.
In the matter between Mangope Frans Slakudi, the accused, and the state, affidavit in support of bail application, I, the undersigned Mangope Frans Slakudi, do hereby state under oath and declare that I am the accused person and the applicant in this bail application fully competent to depose to this affidavit. I am an adult male person and 8 years of age, presently residing at number 682 Blue Hawk Road, Moreleta Park, Pretoria. The facts contained herein are within my own personal knowledge and are to the best of my knowledge and belief both true and correct, unless the content indicate otherwise. I submit with respect that weapons of law are being raised. I do so on the strength of legal advice received from my attorneys of record, which advice I accept. The factual basis upon which my bail application, my application to be released on bail is to be determined as set out hereunder. I humbly request this Honorable Court to have full consideration of my personal circumstances and factors mentioned herein to determine my application to be released on bail. I was born in Polokwane on the 23rd of June 1971 and I'm currently 48 years of age. I am single and have 3 minor children, aged 15, 16 and 10. I am self-employed as a director of Kusile Holdings with an income of 10,000. I'm advised that I'm charged with fraud, corruption and money laundering, which offense falls under Schedule 5, and I bear the honors to adduce evidence that the interest of justice permits that I be released on bail. I'm furthermore advised that this bail application falls within the provision of Section 60 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977. I'm advised I'm advised, on the advice of my attorneys of record, I confirm that I have no previous convictions, no pending cases, no outstanding warrants in circulation in the Republic of South Africa. I further place on record that the penalty clause and consequences were fully explained to me for failure to disclose previous convictions, pending cases, and outstanding warrants, which explanation I understood. I concede that the nature of the offense level against me is of serious nature, and that the probable consequences, if I were to be convicted, are also serious. I wish to place on record that no further particulars were provided to either my attorneys of record regarding the strength of the state case, and as such could not, in essence, be tested objectively. I'm advised of my constitutional rights to be presumed innocent until proven otherwise, unless the state adduces evidence in this bail application, suggesting otherwise. I intend pleading not guilty to the charges leveled against me. I submit with respect that I pose no danger to the members of the public and or any individual, and record that I am a peaceful and humble person. I submit with respect that I will stand my trial and adhere to any condition this honorable court deems fit to impose under the circumstances. I submit that I would not in any way interfere with witnesses and or intimidate any of them. I further submit that it will be in the best interest of justice, it will be in my best interest that they testify, as their testimony will exonerate me from any wrongdoing. Under no circumstances will I involve myself in anything which will jeopardize the proper functioning of the criminal justice system, and will abide by any bail condition which may be expected of me should bail be granted. I'm advised and submit that by virtue of the provision of Section 35, Subsection 1, Paragraph F of the Constitution, which entitles any arrested or detained person to be released from detention if the interest of justice so permits, subject to reasonable conditions. I therefore...
So those proceedings on the go at the Regional Court in Johannesburg. That's the appearance of former senior leaders and managers at Eskom who are appearing in connection with fraud, corruption and money laundering charges. There are about 95 counts that I see on the charge sheet, and the amount involved, some 745 million rand. So that's on the go. It's the bail application, and that's it really from the upfront team.